Hello and welcome to this short video on configuring and running the work from home application. So to get started, from my homepage, I'm going to navigate to the AgilePoint portal menu and select the App Store. From the App Store, on the left-hand side, you're seeing a COVID-19 category, and then we'll select the work from home application. Now at the top, you're seeing a quick synopsis of the application, as well as screenshots of both the process and the forms. Now to add and deploy this to my tenant here, I'll click the Add button in the top left and trust it. Okay, so before we run the application, let's take a look behind the scenes. And the best place to start for that is the data this application is using. So when I go into the data entity module here, you're seeing that I have an entity for work from home. And I have a number of columns. Some of these are capturing data about the requester, right? The employee's department, their contact details, the start and end date of their leave request, as well as the contact information of their manager and that manager's approval decision, and the same from HR. Okay, so let's go back to Build Apps here, and we'll walk through the process. So I'll select the application from the left-hand side, and you're seeing that there are a number of components here within this application. There is the workflow itself, the task forms for the requester, their manager, HR, and then for report view, which will show all of the data captured by this form or this workflow at a given point in time, and then various email templates to notify all users of an updated status. So let's take a look at the workflow here. Okay, so as you're seeing here, the process kicks off with our requester initiating a new work from home request. Because AgilePoint understands the reporting hierarchy, the second task will automatically be allocated to that user's manager, where they have three potential outcomes. They can request additional clarification, they can reject the request, or they can approve it, and in which case, the next task will be with the HR manager for the final approval. Similarly, the HR manager here also has three potential outcomes: additional clarification, rejection, or approval. Regardless, right, there are email-based notifications that will go out and inform the requester of the current status. So with that being said, let's run this workflow. So to do that, I'm going to go back to my home page here, and I'm going to click the tile for work from home. Now the top section here, employee information, has been pre-populated based on my user profile. So my details, my manager's name, their email address as an example. So all I need to do here is fill in the relevant dates. So this request will last for about a month or so. I'll just give my reasoning here. And then the last step before submission is indicating via this slider here that I am fully equipped to work from home. Right now, we realize that many employees who are working from home for the first time, they may need additional devices in order to stay productive. If that's the case, there is another application in the COVID-19 category in our App Store to request a new device. So if that applies to you, please be sure to check out that application. But for now, let's just click Submit here. And behind the scenes, the workflow has initiated. All right, so as we mentioned earlier, AgilePoint understands the reporting hierarchy here. So the next task to activate will be for my manager. Now just to keep things simple and to minimize any need to log in and log out, I'm going to play all of the roles here. All right, so in just another moment, I'll receive an email notification indicating that there is a manager approval task waiting for me, and it's just come in here. Now, as you can see from the notification here, the context of the work from home request has been captured. You're seeing here the dates where I'd like to work from home. And then I have 3 links, right, to open my task, to view the process in real time, and to open up the report view. Now, given that this task is not currently assigned to me, I'm going to open up the process viewer here. This is very helpful to follow along with the workflow as it's executing. Right, and as you're seeing here, the manager task is currently active. So this is my manager here. Now, because I have the appropriate permissions, right, I can reassign this task to myself. So I'll go ahead and assign this to myself here. Now, there's a couple of different ways that I can action this task now. Right, typically on task reassignment, we see an email notification going out to the new user, right, that they have a task waiting for them. There's always the task list in AgilePoint's Work Center. Right, but because this task is currently on my plate, I can open it up here directly from the process viewer. Okay, so now the first 2 sections are read-only, and as a manager, I can simply indicate my approval. Now here under the manager approval section, right, my form is dynamic. Based on the selections that I'm making here, for reject or need clarification as an example, right, you're seeing that the manager approval comments box becomes mandatory. So we'll approve this here, and in just a second, we'll see the HR manager step activate. Now again, I'll receive an email notification, right? But just to highlight the different ways that I can interact with my tasks here, let's go back to our Work Center. So from the portal menu, I'll select Work Center, and then you're seeing my inbox here with 1 task waiting for me. So let's open up this task here. Right, and again, at this stage here, the same form rules and behavior still applies. Right, based on the selections that I'm making, comments are either mandatory or not mandatory. I'm going to approve this, add a comment, and then click Submit. So if we go back to our process viewer here, we'll see that the HR step has been passed, and the last remaining activity is an automated email notification, right, where we'll receive an email indicating that our request to work from home for just about a month has been approved. There's my email. Okay, so as you're seeing here, right, the details of the work from home request are captured here in the notification, as well as the comments from both my manager and HR. All right, that concludes the content for this video. Thank you so much for watching.